can you do at least 10 clean pull-ups? Well, if that is the case, let me tell you that you clearly do have the strength to do your first muscle up. But why haven't you yet unlocked it? You may be asking yourself. Very simply, because you have the wrong technique and mindset, and because you're doing at least one of the 5 most common mistakes that I see all the time people doing, and that prevented me personally from unlocking my first muscle up when I had the necessary strength. Because back then I could do 10, 12, actually 15 pull-ups, but I couldn't do a muscle up. And so I started watching YouTube videos, and I actually understood that the reason why I couldn't do a muscle up wasn't the strength, but it was that I had the wrong technique and wrong mindset. And as soon as I eliminated those 5 problems, I literally unlocked it that day. So let's get started. First mistake that you're probably doing is to have the wrong grip. When we have pull-ups, let's say that this is my bar. Normally people have their hands like this, right? Just normal grip. But when you want to do a muscle up, that grip will prevent you from doing it, very simply because your wrist mobility doesn't allow you physically to get like over the bar. And so what you want to have is a so-called false grip. You want to hold the bar like this so that when you get up, you basically have the space and your wrist isn't basically preventing you from doing the muscle up. So that's the first mistake that you're probably doing. The second mistake is one of timing. Now, when you want to do the muscle up, you don't want to be just going up straight away. You want to do a swinging motion, right? And just at the end of your half swinging motion, you want to explode up. Now, most people get this wrong because they basically start pulling either while hanging or while they're still going in the direction of their swinging motion, or they're already coming back. You don't want to do that. You really want to do your swinging motion. And when your chest is at its peak level, when you're as open as you can get, you're at the end of your swinging motion, that's when you want to explode up. So I know this might take some practice, but try doing this. Try literally swinging in the bar and really paying attention to when that moment is, when you're at the end of your half swinging motion, and that's when you want to explode up, right? So you can practice basically jumping in the bar or swinging, and I will get to in just a second why you should jump in the bar instead of swinging. And then you basically try to time your pulling strength. You don't need to try first of all the muscle up, just try to understand when you're at the end of your swinging motion, and then you should try to explode up. Third mistake is that you're not being explosive enough. And that is why I see so many people not unlocking their muscle up, because they basically go into it like they're doing a pull-up, right? They're just hanging and then they try to get up and somehow do the chicken move. That doesn't work, because the muscle up is a very explosive movement. You want to literally think about doing it as explosively as you can. And the trick that helped me out at the beginning, and that I'm still doing because it really helps me to be as explosive as I can, is to jump in the bar. So instead of hanging there, right, and then just doing the swing and then waiting until you get here with an open chest and then exploding up, what I like doing is literally, if I have my bar here, I run, I jump into the bar, and when I get that then of my half swinging motion, I explode up. And that, obviously with the right grip and by not doing the following 2 mistakes that I'm going to share with you, will help you a lot to unlock your muscle up. So you really want to focus on being as explosive as you can. If you want to practice the explosive strength, you can work on your explosive pull-ups so that you will actually become way faster at unlocking the second, third, fourth muscle up, because you really want to be as explosive as you can. Fourth mistake is a very classical one, and that is connected with the third one, which is of the swinging motion. But it is that you probably think that you have to go straight up in a muscle up, right? You probably think that it's just like a pull-up. You basically pull yourself up, and somehow here you have to do that keeping motion and get up. But that is not the case, especially at the beginning. I mean, if you can do an explosive pull-up where you basically, let's say that my bar, like my nose is the bar, you basically go up like this, then you're probably very strong and you don't need this video. I literally just unlocked my explosive muscle ups. but it takes a lot of strength. And at the beginning, you really want to think of it as if you were doing, here again, my nose is the bar, a C-shaped form around the bar. As I said, you have the right grip, you jump in the bar, you really get that turn of your swinging motion. And so when you're here, basically, again, my nose is the bar, you want to basically think of doing a C-shape form around the bar. You don't want to think of going straight up in a line. You want to go back and then on top of it, right? So you really want to think of doing that C-shaped form. And that's a mistake that many people do, which is basically thinking that they have to go straight up. And to help you with that C-shaped form, you can help yourself with your legs by doing a kipping motion, which is not that nice to see, but for unlocking your first muscle ups and getting to do them cleaner, that's totally fine. Who cares about what other people think anyways? And what is the fifth mistake that you're doing? This mistake is the one that is holding you back and that held me back from actually unlocking my first muscle up. I did have the strength, but I thought that I couldn't because I was not explosive enough. And this and that other reason. Now the fifth mistake is of thinking that you can do your muscle up. As soon as you unlock the thought that you can actually do it, you are going to unlock it. And let me repeat it again. If you can do 10 or more clean pull-ups, you clearly have the strength to do your first muscle up today. Doesn't matter what you think about yourself. I'm not explosive enough, I'm heavy, this and that. If you have that strength, you can do it. And so the biggest barrier that you have is your mind. It's not the technique. That is an important thing to have and will help you to be a little bit more confident. But the biggest barrier that you have is your mind. And so I've seen this all the time with myself, with my brother and other people that I helped to unlock the muscle up, that the biggest mistake was thinking that we couldn't. And the moment that someone told us and the moment that in our mind it clicked that we could actually do it, then we did it. Like for example, when I was still back then doing, I think 10 to 15 pull-ups, clean ones, I thought that I couldn't. I watched a YouTube video like this one and the guy told me if you can do 10 or more clean pull-ups, you can do a muscle up. For months and months I was struggling. Guess what? That day I unlocked it. Just because I eliminated that mental barrier. Now my brother did the same thing. He can literally do more than 10 pull-ups with 20 kilograms of added weight. I think he's doing it now with 30 kilograms. So he clearly has the strength. And he also can do explosive pull-ups. So he clearly had the strength, but he thought that he couldn't. Until I basically told him that he could. I gave him confidence. If you can do that fucking 20 kilograms, 30 kilograms pull-ups, you can do a fucking muscle up. He did it, unlocked it straight away. The other week, I was in the gym and there was a guy doing a really clean pull-ups and he told me that he wanted to unlock this muscle up. He never really did it because he thought he was not good enough, that he didn't have, he didn't understand the motion. And so I basically told him the 4 things that I told you. Basically, have the grip, jump into it and do it at the end of your swinging motion and then try to do that C-shaped form and use your legs. And basically, I told him, you have the strength to do it. You did fucking pull-ups like they were like drinking water, right? And guess what? That day he unlocked it. And not only he unlocked it again and again and again, he did over and over and over again. So it clearly was not a strength thing, it was all in his mind. So let me tell you this. Now, what you're going to do to unlock your first muscle up is to have a false grip. The next time you're going to try it, to not think that you have to basically go up straight, but think about doing a C-shaped form. Look at your timing and jump into the bar, and when you get at the point where your chest is the most open, you're at the end of that half swinging motion, that's when you explode up and really focus on being explosive as you can. And keep in mind that you can fucking do it, and I guarantee you that you will unlock it literally today if you go and try it. Anyways, I really hope this video helped you out, and I would be really interested to know that I actually helped you out. So if you unlock your first muscle up through this video, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, if you want to unlock your dream physique and basically learn everything you need to build a shredded, strong, good looking and big and healthy physique, then I highly recommend you to check out the link in the description down below. If you don't worry, you will get everything for free on this channel. So if you don't want to miss on my future videos where I literally expose all the secrets, just subscribe. It's literally as simple as that. Anyways, if you like the video, make sure to leave a like to let me know. I wish you all the best and hope to see you very soon. Ciao.